Hi, this is Kay Amira with Haryatma Yoga Herbs, and I am dialed into the HO2 cleanse group prep call. We're here preparing for our cleanse group that's going to be starting next Wednesday, 12/12/12. And I'm really excited to have about 10 people signed up, and I just wanted to be sure that we went over a few really important pointers, really important reminders for getting started on our cleanse. So I'm going to talk for a few minutes, and then I'm going to open it up. I know there's a few people that are dialed in and called in right now, and I'm going to have you announce yourselves and ask any questions that you have about your preparation for the call. But I want to welcome, first of all, everyone that's tuned in, and know that this time, 12/12/12, is the perfect time to be opening up your space for more. And in cleansing, you're always opening up the space to be able to move to another level within your life, both physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So I'm really, really excited about this cleanse in particular because of its connection to 12/12/12 and the new moon. And so what I'd like to really offer, one of the things that I discussed this morning, I was on a radio show with Jessie May of Sunny Side Up Radio here in Venice, California. And we talked a little bit about some of the things that you want to do to prepare for a cleanse. And what was interesting that came up, which is something that I think a lot of people miss, is the importance of clearing your space at home. Clearing your space in your closets, clearing your space in your kitchen, in your fridge, in your cabinets, in your car. Really clearing your space so that as you get your products in, as you get your food and recipe list sent to you this week, you'll have space to be able to stock up new choices, to prepare yourself to embark on a new journey, and inevitably to upgrade your lifestyle so that it's something that's more balanced, more healthy, more healing, and more whole. And so, again, I'm really excited about this process and really looking forward to this group in particular because there will be a few people that are brand new that haven't cleansed before. And I will also have some veteran cleansers of mine who will be joining the party as well. And so one of the things I wanted to check in with everyone about today is to be sure that I know when you'll be picking up your kit, that we've coordinated that. Be sure that if you're ordering your herbs or if you're thinking about ordering your herbs today, that you place your order within the next few days so that you can get your kit sent out before we start next Wednesday, 12/12/12. So that when we start together as a group, you've already received your herbs, you already have your kit in hand. I do have a special going on right now at haryatma.com, HARIATMA.com, where you'll get your HO2 cleanse kit shipped to you for free. So shipping is free for this month and next month, January. Our group in January meets 1/11/2013. So some of you may have dialed in today and wanting to get yourself prepared a month in advance, which is even better. But what I want to be sure of is that everyone has gotten their questions answered and are clear on the steps so that they can order their kits and be ready to start with us next Wednesday. The other thing that I wanted to be sure of is that I have emails for each person so that as you place your orders, I can send you out your food and recipe list and overall PDF kit that you get to enhance your cleanse experience that includes foods, recipes, restaurant lists, alternative therapy suggestions such as using the Korean spa as a way to sweat and help to enhance your cleanse. There's some really, really affordable places here in Los Angeles we're lucky to have that offer just for as low as $15 to be able to go and really use the spas, really use green tea baths, and really use jade stone healing therapies just for sweating out toxins as you're cleansing. So these are things that you can do outside of the home, but for some of you, I know I have sometimes really busy executives that are doing this cleanse that don't have that kind of time to really go and immerse themselves in another space. And so you can create the spa in your own home by giving yourself hydrotherapy at home using hot and cold showering. And so that's another tip to write down and to take in is if you're not able to get to a spa per se, you can at home do hot and cold baths. You can go into the shower, which is what I like to do, and turn it on hot and let the steam use that steam to get you sweating in your body. And then after you've scrubbed yourself down, then you go on to a cold shower to rinse. And so for some are strong enough to jump right into a cold shower. Me personally have not been able to do that, especially when it's cold in the morning. I can do a cold shower on any hot day, but when it's colder temperatures in the morning and you want to get into a cold shower, that just doesn't work for me. What I like to do is hydrotherapy, where I'll get in and let the water be hot first, steam, sweat, really get the pores open so that you can release, and then step into a cold shower to close up your pores, tighten your skin, and really invigorate your organs. By doing cold showers, you really flush the organs, really fully flushing the cells and the organs, because basically when the skin senses this sensation of coldness, then it sends a lot of heat and a lot of blood to those organs. So it's just like giving yourself like it's like, giving yourself a jump, like you give yourself a jump with your car, but you're doing it using temperature. That's why they call it hydrotherapy. So that's a technique I would write down. One of the things that you want to do for this cleanse in particular is figure out a workout schedule for yourself, whether it be using some of the videos I have available online on hariatma.com for yoga, whether it be going to your community yoga classes. Some of you are already students of mine and attend my Sunday class. I also am a part of a class that my boyfriend co-leads. He's a martial artist on Saturday mornings at Culver City Park, which everyone's available to come to as well. That's at 9 a.m. But there's a lot of access for you to be able to get your workouts in. We're lucky enough here in Los Angeles to have lots of modes of workouts. There's the Culver City stairs, there's the Santa Monica stairs. There's a lot of things in nature that we can do to build the body. And so really look at where you are, where you are literally, where you live, and look around you and figure out what you can incorporate that'll help to keep you moving while you're cleansing. Specifically, yoga is going to be your best bet to complement because of the breathing, because of the calming effects, and also because there's some breath techniques in Kundalini yoga where you actually enhance cleansing because you're doing a breath of fire, which stimulates digestion, which stimulates release through the nasal passages. And so a lot of these techniques and a lot of those systems I include in some of my videos on the site, and I'll be actually posting yoga videos for everyone that signed up for 12-12-12 to be able to do at home. Little short videos that are 15 to 20 minutes long that you can get if you're subscribed to my YouTube page and if you're on the newsletter. So anyway, so those are just some basic tips. Preparation is key. 1, preparing your home. 2, getting a journal out and just starting to really think about what your goal is for this cleanse. What is it that you want to get out of this cleanse? What do you want to accomplish using the energy of the new moon, 12-12-12 energy of activating our DNA? There's a whole blog that I wrote about 12-12-12 this month, and I was able to get some really helpful information from a friend of mine who's actually doing the cleanse, Stacey Amon. She's at staceyamon.com. STACIEAAMON, and she was able to share. She's an intuitive friend of mine, a licensed musical therapist who has access to some really great material and readings from Archangel Gabriel about 12-12-12 and some of the things we can expect to occur during that time. So I encourage you, if you haven't read that article, if you're not on my website, check her out, find out more about what this is so that you can really journal and really use the energy that you're embarking on to make this cleanse experience something that's phenomenal. For some of you, I know you're doing a 3-day cleanse. There's the option to do the 3-day cleanse, the 5-day cleanse, or the 9-day cleanse. All are available to order on my website at hariatma.com, hariatma.com. And if you're still sort of curious, getting your feet wet, the 3-day cleanse might be a good cleanse for you. If you know that you're dealing with a serious health condition, you definitely want to call me and do a consult with me first to be sure. Let's look at where you are, if you're taking medications. If you're on medications, if you are dealing with a serious illness, these are all things that you want to reach out to me individually, and we can work out a modified cleanse for you that works with what you're already dealing with what medications you're on. For some, you may just be taking vitamins, supplements, birth control pills, those kinds of things you can incorporate with the cleanse with no problem. But we've had people that have diabetes, that are on blood pressure medication, that are doing a slew of antibiotics for whatever reasons. Those are all things that you want to talk to me, have a little sidebar with me about modifying how you take your herbs so that there isn't any interference. Specifically, if you know that you have some very long-term goals and you want long-term planning on this cleanse and you want in-depth one-on-one coaching, that is also something that I provide as well, and love to work with clients who are remote and don't have access to as much as some of us who live in the cities have. And so it's really nice if you don't have a group to tune into. One, we'll be on this call group online one-on-one, but if you're doing something a little more long-term and you need the one-on-one coaching, you definitely want to check with me on that as well. All of my information is on the website, hariatma.com. Email me, kayamera@hariatma.com, and we'll talk more about that. But at this point, I know that we've had a few people join the call, so I want to check in with everyone that's here. Who do we have on the conference call today? Hi, Heidi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for joining.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited. I am one of the rookies that doing my first thing. I'm really excited to be a part of this fans of such a powerful time. My goals, I want some different results, so I'm doing different things, and this cleanse is right in line with where I'm taking myself on personal and business level. Aligning everything up.
That's awesome. So we have Heidi who's joining us from Los Angeles, and she said that this cleanse is in complete alignment with where she is, and she's just excited about getting started as a first timer. For many of us, there will be people that are here in Los Angeles, but for those of you tuned in from other states and other countries, this is a cleanse that you can join in to this group virtually, so that you're here and a part of a community that spans the globe. So it's not limited to just Los Angeles, but for sure, if you're in another state, you want to be talking to me about getting your order in quick, because it does take a week or two to get your product in the mail, depending on how much you want to spend on shipping. Shipping is free for here locally within Los Angeles. Out of state, the costs are a little bit higher. So I'll have to talk with you and see which plan you want to be on. If you want to be on a 1 day shipping next day, sometimes that can be a little costly. If you want to incur that cost, that's fine. But I'm willing to pay incur the basic shipping fee for you if you're in another state, and a lot of times that will mean that you won't get your herbs for at least a week. So these are all things you want to think of as you're preparing of when you want to start your cleanse, where you are in location, and what your budget is for, say speedy shipping, 3-day shipping, 2-day shipping, those kinds of things. So thank you, Heidi, for joining. Is there anyone else on the call? Hi, Stacy Amon.
Thanks for the shout out. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be doing this cleanse. I did the cleanse probably a couple of years ago, and it was incredible. I was one of those long sisters in New York, and so I'm just so grateful to be doing it again now at this time, because again, like Heidi said, really super in line with a lot of other things that are going on in the life, spiritually, personally. A lot of new birds, and so I just love doing things holistically, because I've got things going on in these other realms. So as is love, so it's love. So it's nice to be able to be working with body people as well. And doing it with lots of hands.
I'm learning just like you guys are. I learn every time I do this cleanse. I learn so much. And so thank you, Stacy, so much for joining. Stacy Amon was just saying that she had done the cleanse 3 years ago. And 2 to 3 years ago, right, Stacy?
Yeah, it was 3 years ago.
3 years ago. And so it was transformational for her then, and she also, Stacy, has recently, very recently, in the past few weeks, transitioned to a vegan diet, which she did in stages. When we first started together 3 years ago, she was wanting to cut out some of the meats that she was doing, but at the time she switched to organic meats, and then she got herself down to where she was just doing fish. I think for the past year, she's been just doing fish, and now she's transitioned into a completely vegan diet. And so it's been amazing to see her journey, to see her body is she's in incredible shape right now, just solid muscle from this balance of diet and of exercise. And it's been wonderful to see this flowering, and I think that's been my blessing, to be able to work with people and see their transition. And that, to me, is what this whole HO2 cleanse program is about, is meeting people where they are and taking baby steps towards health and incorporating it in your life at your pace. And as Heidi said, she's happy about just getting started, in this journey, and just, wanting to reset. And I know it's something that we've been friends for a few years, and it's been something that she's been wanting to do. And so I'm excited that it's finally coming. It's the time. And I think that's what's happening now a lot with, this energy of 12, 12, 12 is bringing about lots of some of our things that we've been holding and wanting to have change, and then not having that to like push us through to go over that hump, to cross the barrier. And so now we're in that space where there's just a push for people to really move forward. And I'm enjoying that energy, and everyone around me that is on top of it is enjoying it. Now, if you are, unfortunate to have those days where you sort of have it all on top of you, then that feeling of drowning as well. And so that's what this is really more about, is just getting on top of your life and your goals and managing your health. So are there any questions that you two have about the process? Anything you would want me to answer specifically about the regimen? What?
This is Heidi coming back in. My one question is it, are we just like going straight liquid for the duration of the cleanse, or is there a variation of, like, where do you start off? Like, how that's one part. And
okay.
two, I don't want to lose weight. It's not my goal.
Okay, those are both good points that I'm glad you brought up, because that comes up often.
Those are my concerns. So
yes. Yes. First of all, Heidi is in incredible shape as well. A mother of 2 and in incredible shape. She has got like washboard abs. So I totally understand being on the slim side, wanting to be healthy, but just like, you know what, I don't want to lose any more weight. So the thing to remember, and I actually just had this discussion with another person who's going to be doing the cleanse with us, who is, wanting to rebuild muscle and wanting to be a little bit stronger and just not wanting to lose any weight at all. This cleanse, when you go into a cleanse and when you clean your slate internally, what happens is your body can now integrate and absorb more afterwards. So you may shed 1 or 2 pounds. You're not going to shed a drastic amount of weight, because you are going to be eating. In answer to your question, Heidi, you are going to be eating while you're on the cleanse. So if you were doing, say, a juice fast only, you might have shed more weight, just doing juices. But we are going to be doing a program that has vegan, alkaline food recipes that are superfoods, that are catered towards feeding your body, nourishing your body, plant-based, and alkaline. And so the reason for the alkaline is so that the herbs can actually work to break up the fecal matter, to nourish the cells, to not have any interference. That's one of the reasons why people fast while they're cleansing, is so that they can rest the body enough so that as you're putting in those herbal nutrients and as you're doing your cleanse regimen with the colon capsules that you get within the program, you have put your body into a space to optimally move, to optimally release, to optimally integrate the new nutrition. But in this case, what we're doing is we're doing an alkaline diet so that the foods aren't as acidic as what you would normally take in. So there's basically no processed foods at all, no sugars. You're taking in whole foods. You're taking in limited grains. So your grain choices would be quinoa. You would be taking in very small portions of organic lentils that are soaked. So that you're getting protein mostly primarily from plant-based foods. They're going to be cooked and raw recipes. It's a fusion recipe list that incorporates raw salads and incorporates cooked vegetable soups that are filled with winter squashes. We're in the winter season right now, so kobacha squash is a really good squash to include. It's very balancing, it feels very comforting, and we have recipes that incorporate these type of vegetables. So for some of you, these are things that you already include, so it's very familiar for you. And for others, it'll be a nice experience to try other types of foods that you can then go on to incorporate in your lifestyle with whatever it is that you eat within your diet. So if you're eating meats, then maybe you'll consider doing organic meats so that you can stay off of the hormones that get injected into the meats. That's a whole nother story in itself. But what the goal is of this cleanse is to be able to take the smoothie recipes that are included within your cleanse, the juicing recipes that are included within your cleanse, and incorporate that around what it is that you're doing right now, and to hopefully inspire you to eat more whole foods, whatever that may be. So there are people that walk away from this cleanse and just eat more plant foods with whatever diet choices they have. And then there are others who gradually start to feel the need to decrease their meat intake so that it's smaller portions, and to just be very conscious and careful of where they're getting their meats from. So I think that's a fabulous question, Heidi. I hope that I was able to answer that so that you can...
Thank you very much.
Cool. And then, is there any other questions, Stacy? Did you have any questions about going forward? You've done it before, so we talk about this so much, so I'm sure you're probably good. But is there anything that you were thinking of as you were going into this? Stacy, let me just stop you 1 second. I don't know if are you on a headset, because I can't hear you that well.
Hey, let me see if I can figure it out. I'm on speakerphone.
Okay.
Can you hear me better now?
Oh, that's so much better. So much better. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, wow. Wow.
Bacteria on the phone, so that's why I'm always on speaker or headset. I don't put the phone in my face anymore. So anyway, that's just a little backstory.
Okay, that's a wonderful tip that people probably didn't realize.
Yeah, the focus on phone is really, really dirty.
Yeah. And it's also good too because you're getting a little bit less radiation from the phone when you don't have it right next to your head, right next to your brain.
Exactly. So, I think the thing with me that I realized in the vegan diet so far over the past 2 weeks is that I really don't like meat substitutes. I don't like feeling like I'm eating things that are processed. I think that diet cheese, is okay on some days. I like whole grain meat substitutes. So I'm really sad to say that I'm more interested in a plant-based vegan diet, more so than I'm interested in getting a whole bunch of processed substitute meat kind of vegan diet. Because I know you can do it a lot of different ways, So I'm interested in the recipes and, the suggestions that you have, because I want to focus more on plants and grains and the foods and, real live food.
Yes. Yes.
It's like food, weird. It's weird, like the stuff that's out there.
Yes.
And I would like to do much better. I was only eating, I'm only eating chicken and fish for the past, I guess,
Okay, I think that's a really great point, Stacy. Stacy is saying that she is in her transition to a vegan diet. She's really wanting to do more plant-based foods, limit, a lot of the process, because a lot of times it's funny. I always jokingly bring this up in my workshops with people that just because you're vegetarian or vegan does not mean that you're healthier. Because there are plenty of unhealthy vegetarians and unhealthy vegans out there who are overdoing the processed meats, the veggie meats, overdoing the starches, and what happens is your body feels it. You won't feel the energy boost that you will feel from eating more whole foods. And so I think that it's a fantastic approach for you to coming into vegan, the vegan lifestyle, like really looking at how you're incorporating these different foods and where you're getting your proteins from and the combination of these types of foods. And Stacy and I are also going to be working one-on-one, which is something that I do for clients as well. We're going to go into her kitchen and look at, some of the things that she has and actually walk through a few cooking demonstrations and supplements to include in some of her smoothies, and looking at spices and different, things to enhance her meal preparation. As a cook, she already is a fantastic cook, but just wanting to learn how to work with plant-based foods in her kitchen and what kind of tools she should be able to use. And so these are all things that can make a transition or an enhancement in your lifestyle a lot easier. And so I'm really excited about working with you, Stacy, on that, after we are finished with the cleansing component, or actually we may even get started before once you get back from Sedona. And so, yeah, so I think that for those out there who, are curious about the diet, it is something that's manageable. It is something that for some of you might be drastically different if you're a person who is normally eating a lot of fast food, or a person who is, just not putting a lot of attention into how much vegetables and how many fresh whole foods you're having, in your food settings. This may be a little bit different, for you, but it's something that you can do. And so many people have thought, oh, I won't be able to go without coffee, or go without croissants, the bagels that a lot of us will absentmindedly grab in the mornings, that are really, really clogging us up and making it so that we have to do coffee. So the interesting thing that I found is that the people that I've talked to in the past that have wanted, more, that were a little bit nervous about how much energy they were going to have without the caffeine or without the meat in their diets, they were incredibly surprised at how much more energy they had because they didn't have those things in there. So I think it's a good journey. And one of the things for Heidi's benefit within the cleanse, in addition to the vegan alkaline diet, you'll be doing the HO2 tonic, which is a liquid elixir that incorporates 19 different herbs that have wild grown herbs, like wild weed herbs like dandelion and nettle, that are filled with nutrients that really enhance the body with iron, knowing that iron is the carrier of oxygen, and that having more oxygen flowing through your body is automatically going to give you more energy and purify your blood. And so that's sort of the nourishing component of the tonic, and you take about 4 ounces of that tonic a day. Then we have colon capsules, and the colon capsules are what you're going to take at night before bed. This is the only time you take the capsules, is just before going to bed, and you're taking the capsules to pull out the parasites, environmental toxins, and just break up the fecal matter that may be blocked in your colon. And so it ends up feeling like a really holistic process in that you're nourishing yourself with the HO2 tonic, and then you're removing the things that need to be removed with the capsules. And so that's kind of what you can expect. But some of the things you want to do early on, as I said, is get your recipe list, look over your recipes, clear out your space, do your shopping beforehand so that you have in your kitchen all the things around you that can support you to stay on the cleanse. And for some people, after your 3 days, I know, Heidi, you're going into the 3-day process. after the 3 days, you may feel so good from doing it that you want to continue the diet. So you have all the recipes to be able to continue your diet for even up to 30 days. We've had clients go up to 30 days with the diet alone. And then for others, if you, after the 3 days, you may feel like, you know what, I've only scratched the surface. I want to go deeper. And so some will order more herbs and do a 9-day kit, upgrade to a 9-day kit, or move on and do 2 9-day kits where they're at, 2 weeks or a little over 2 weeks of cleansing. So only you know where you are in your life and what amount of herbal cleansing, what amount of release you need for yourself. My general rule of thumb with this is to really follow your body, listen to your body with it, and if you're finding really great results, do whatever you need to do, whatever you can do within your budget, whatever you can do within your time to be able to continue it. And so that's, I think, the other thing to prepare for. And then finally, as I said earlier, really look at your workout regimen and how and where you can incorporate a regular practice. So I'm excited again to have you ladies join. There are actually about 8 other people that are signed up right now within our group that aren't on the call, but I know that they'll be dialed in with us on 12/12/12 next Wednesday when we start. So for those of you out there who are just watching and haven't been able to join in on the call, you can email me questions. You can contact me at 323-523-5392. That is the information line for Haryatma Yoga Herbs. You can go on to my website at haryatma.com, HARIATMA.com, and check out lots of video footage that I have on there with other group cleanses that we've led, other questions that have come up within groups, I've documented some of my cleanse journey and talked a lot about what's involved in the HO2 cleanse so that you really feel like you already know what you're getting into before you get started. So reach out, order whatever you need to order, contact me, clear the space, and let's get this going for 12/12/12 or 1/11/2013. Set your date, set your intention, and then let's move into it. So if there's no other questions from you ladies, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the call, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week and getting you your herbs this weekend and for us to get going.
Okay. Wonderful. I look forward to it.
Thank you. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, call me.
Bye-bye.
All right.